So, guys, before you do your VIN check or your VIN inquiry, you want to make sure your VIN is correct. Very important. I know you may be saying, well, Chanel, that's common sense. Yes, it is. But you want to make sure that VIN is correct before you proceed. Okay? Because if not, you could get the wrong results or you could get false results. Let me explain. So you could get a message that says, no record found for the VIN that you provided. And what this means is that there is no VIN or no information for the VIN coming up that you provided in the national title database. No information is out there. Okay. Also, you could get false results for a VIN that you put in, and the VIN could pull vehicle information for a vehicle that you do not have simply because it's off by one digit. So you want to be careful. You don't want to notify or reach out to someone for a vehicle that you really don't have in your possession. So, you know that one digit could make the difference. Be very careful. Okay. Normally, the VIN is gotten from the VIN plate, the door jamb. Someone is giving it to you verbally, or it could be on that paperwork itself. But however you get the VIN, make sure you double check to make sure that the VIN is in fact correct. Okay. What could happen if you are, processing paperwork and you're researching the VIN in question and you get to the point where you're going to submit everything to the DMV? What will happen is if the DMV does an audit and they're, trying to review what you have, if they find out and come across any discrepancies, okay, and you have the wrong VIN, they will reject you, and essentially the entire process will start over again. No exceptions. The DMV does not care about how much time or money was put into the transaction. They're only caring about the accuracy. Okay, they're caring about the research. They're caring about, um, you know, discrepancies and mistakes that were, given to them. Okay, so that's something that you want to be mindful of and that you take heed to. So save yourself the trouble by making sure from point A that you have the correct VIN. Okay, and let me just add this. When it comes to antique vehicles can be kind of tricky, okay, because they do not have the 17 digits that VINs have now. So vehicles from 1981 up until now, okay, the vehicle VIN is 17 digits, okay. And I say antiques, but I can also say, classics or maybe antiques from a much earlier time. Let me say it that way. Antiques maybe from, 1940s, 1960s, things of this nature, really old vehicles. Um, they can have a much more challenging time regarding VIN inquiries, okay, because of their digits. You might have VIN digits that were, you know, 4 digits, 10 digits, 7 digits, etc. So you really want to be mindful of that if you are researching the VIN for an antique vehicle. Be very careful. But I just wanted to share this with you guys, pertaining to the importance of double checking that VIN. Okay, and for me, processing a lot of mechanic liens and abandoned vehicle title inquiries, a lot of times when I come across the discrepancies, I'm reaching out to my clients and say, hey, I need a picture. Send me a picture of the door jamb, send me a picture of the VIN plate, because what I'm getting is inaccurate. Okay, it's not correct. And let me just say this: if I'm requesting that VIN and the VIN is not clear on the door jamb or the VIN plate, then we have an issue. And then I will advise of other steps and things that will need to be done. But at least I'm asking for a picture of what you have. I don't want to assume anything, because if I'm getting a discrepancy, I want to provide you with that great service and make sure on my part that the VIN is right. Okay, but if it's not, then I will advise you what to do from there. But if you guys want to share your experience, maybe you've had issues with VIN checks or VIN inquiries, maybe you had an unfortunate experience that you want to share, feel free to drop me a line below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.